Your directions for today are about the handout that you see, hopefully that you picked up, Martin Luther and the Protestant Reformation. So this is an excerpt from Luther's German Bible. So Martin Luther actually wrote this introduction to St. Paul's letter to the Romans. And in it, he very succinctly explains his definition of faith. So as you are going through and doing the reading, when you get to the bottom of that first page, you'll see two boxes, what faith is, according to Luther, and then what it is not, according to Luther. And you should be able to put the information in that box. I will caution you that if all you do is look for the words faith is, you're not going to be able to complete the assignment successfully. On the next page, it begins some background information and a little bit of history on the 905 Theses and what happened after that between 1517 and 1519. This is pretty dense reading, and by that I mean if you read it once, you're not going to be able to get everything out of it that I expect you to. So you're going to have to read that page, plus you'll have to go on all the way down to the end of the text before you can, and it continues down here, all the way to Roman numeral 3 there, Changing Europe. So read all of that before you come back up here to complete the charts, the cause and events and effect questions that you're writing here on the page. And it even says you may need to use information from other parts of the handout to help you with the chart. So make sure that you are making the most of the information that I've provided for you on the chart. And then down here at the bottom for Roman numeral 3, it's talking about this picture here on the right. So you're going to look at that picture and make inferences that talk about the problems that Luther saw with the church based on the picture. So you should be able to point out by putting your finger on problems that Luther saw in the church that are illustrated in the picture, and then list them. You don't have to explain them, but you do have to list them. And then on the back of the page of the handout that you picked up, it says draw your own picture of a church that would represent Luther's ideas about religion the way that it should be, not the way that it is, because this picture on the right is the way that it was and had problems that he thought that the church should fix. So on the back of this, you're going to draw what Luther's ideas about religion and how a church should look, how it should be. And that's what this blank page is for in your handout. And then you'll see in the bottom right hand corner where it says there's more on the back, there's this extra credit. So I've given you a list of words, and I just want you to write a short story using at least 10 of the 13 words. And you can go on to a separate page and staple it to this one to turn in before you leave for the day, if you need to. So there's lots of ways that you could include these words in a short story and show me mastery of the content. If you say, I went to class and I learned about Luther and Wittenberg and the Diet of Worms and indulgences and Gutenberg, and you just list them in your short story, that is not showing me mastery of the content. So you need to show mastery of the content in your short story so that I know that you know what those things are, and you get to pick the 10 of the 13 words. When you are finished with this, which you should definitely have it finished before the end of class, then you can have any remaining time to finish the work from last week. That includes the handout, which is on the black bookcase. Just make sure you put those back at the end of class. and you should not need to get the Chromebooks out today. This video and anything else that you need to do, you should be able to do on your own device. If you have any questions, please email me, and I will do my best to respond in a timely manner. Don't forget, you have the study guide and the documents and visuals and the learning curve that are all due this week, in addition to the other work that we're going to be doing. So please do your absolute best to make sure that this assignment is finished before you leave class today. Have a great day.